Hello Pokemon lovers and welcome to a brand new episode of Rating All Pokemon, where I rate a whole bunch of Pokemon each week. I am trying out new angles to make the light not reflect on my glasses. Is it working? No, it's not. But you know, now you can see all the pretty lights. That's fun. That's a fun time. Right? Say yes. Today, we are starting out with the Pikachu clone of Gen 5. It is the flying electric squirrel friend, Emolga. Now, Emolga is a flying squirrel electric type Pokemon. And, yes, that's it. That's it. That's the end of the video, thank you. No, I'm kidding. Emolga lives in treetops just like most squirrels do, and it usually lives, or often lives in holes that have been created by Pikipek. So, just so you know, it is around in the Alola region. I don't know if you knew that, but now you do. Alola. Now, while Emolga glides through the air with its flappy, not wings, but it glides, releases electric charges to scare off bird Pokemon and other Pokemon so it can get its own food, like little bugs and berries. That's what it eats. Before it eats its little berries or little bugs, bug Pokemon, mind you, it grills them with its electricity. That's fun. Pokemon Ultra Sun says, they store up electricity to fly through the air. When thunder cracks at night, sometimes there are almost enough of them to blot out the sky. Wow! That's a lot. That's a lot of them. A lot of them. Now, Emolga is based on the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel, which is a Japanese tiny squirrel that can fly. I don't know, maybe the name didn't give you enough hints, so I thought I'd do it. May also be based on the Feathertail Glider, which is, you know, one of them cute creatures that can just fly through the air like a little glider. Oh, today is a good time. I think Emolga is a cutie patootie. I do feel like the Pikachu clone should get evolutions sometimes, maybe. I think Emolga could have a cool ass evolution, like a flying Raichu. Oh, I'd love that. I give Emolga a 4 out of 5. Next up is number 588, Karrablast. Karrablast is a bug Pokemon, also known as the clamping Pokemon. I'm not sure why, but I'm gonna assume it clamps with its little head thing. It doesn't look very clampy, but it maybe could be that. Now, it is acidic, and when it's in danger, it will spit out acid somewhere, I guess at the danger. Karrablast preys on Shelmet, and the reason for that is that when a Shelmet and Karrablast fight each other and become exposed to electric currents, they both evolve. Although Karrablast does actually prey on Shelmet, and Shelmet is just a tiny little creature. It's not up next yet, so we'll talk about that later. It's a little snail friend. I like it. It's good. If you don't know it, it's good. Now, Karrablast is based on the Japanese rhinoceros beetle, and it may also be based on the snail-eating beetle, which refers to the fact that Karrablast preys on Shelmets, which is a snail, just so you know. Now, Karrablast's name comes from kerato, which is Greek for horn, and plastron, which is the underside of a beetle. The French name for Karrablast is Carabing. Carabing. Why? This kind of sounds like Scaraby? Scarabée? No? Alright then. 4 out of 5. So, if you trade a Karrablast for a Shelmet, it will evolve into Escavalier, is how Americans would say it, but I would say Escavalier, because it's French. It sounds French. I'm not sure how to say it. Escavalier? Let's go with Escavalier, known as the cavalry Pokemon, and I think Escavalier looks amazing now because it evolves when you blah blah Shelmet and shit. Its body is made out of a shell. which is probably the shell it stole from Shelmet when it evolved. Oh my god, so cool. It looks like a knight with lances, and maybe it just like hobbles around with its lance and goes and then stabs someone. That's what they do with lances, right? Yeah. It's a very fast Pokemon, and it jabs Pokemon and people with its lances while it just like runs around, which is what I just said. So that's true, that does happen. It's very brave, and it will take any challenge it's faced with, and you know, it's a knight. It's a knight. Escavalier is probably based on the Drillis type of beetles, which are beetles that eat snails and steal their shells. Wow, it looks like a jousting knight. It really does look like that. Escavalier, or Escavalier, comes from the French word escargot, which means snail, which is a very tasty dish. Eat escargots, do it, it's great. And cavalier, or cavalier, which is French for mounted soldier. Ironically, once a fucking again, France had to make up their own name for this Pokemon, even though its name is already French. In French, it's called Lansargot, which comes from lance and escargot. Why though? Why France? Why do you do this every single time? Whew. Anyway, I give this Pokemon a 5 out of 5 because I think it's really cool. Next up is number 590, Foongus. Foongus. Now, we have all experienced this while playing Pokemon Black and White. You see a Pokeball in the grass and you're like, hell yeah, that is a super potion. I really need that right now. You press A and a battle starts with this little piece of shit mushroom that I don't think anyone likes this Pokemon. It's awful. It's awful. It's a mushroom that looks like a Pokeball. That's all it is. Now, if you walk into it and mistake it for a Pokeball, it will release its poisonous spores at you. Thanks. I wasn't already disappointed enough to find out you weren't actually an item. Jeez. Now, the way it moves is by hopping around, or it rolls around like a little piece of shit. I hate it. What a shitty Pokemon. No one knows why it resembles a Pokeball. I guess it's evolution, but that makes no sense because Pokeballs aren't a natural item. But the shiny version of Foongus looks like a Master Ball. That'd be real shit if you walked into that thinking it was a Master Ball. So you can finally catch your fucking legendary. And there it is. It's a Foongus. A shiny Foongus. But like, who wants a shiny Foongus? No one. No one wants that. They're awful. Really passionate about this. So, Foongus is based on the Amanita muscaria, which is, you know, the mushroom with the little red with the little white spots. It looks like that. And they are poisonous too, so that makes sense. So the name Foongus sounds like fungus, and you know, it's a fungus, but it also may incorporate the word fool because it fools people because it's a piece of shit. Funny fact though, Foongus and its evolution Ammoonguss together sounds like fungus among us. Now that reminds me of The Last of Us, and now I am in this like weird theory in my brain where The Last of Us mushrooms that are turning people into monsters are actually Foongus and Ammoonguss, because the Foongus are Ammoonguss. 2 out of 5. When Foongus turns level 39, it evolves into Ammoonguss. Fucking hell, I hate these guys. Ammoonguss is also known as the mushroom Pokemon because, you know, it's why would you think of something more original for this piece of shit? You wouldn't. There's no point. Now, Ammoonguss has these arms that look like Pokeballs, and it uses that to lure Pokemon, but like Pokemon aren't interested in Pokeballs, so like it doesn't actually really work. Because when a Pokemon sees a Pokeball, they're like, I don't want to be near that, and they just walk away because, well, obvious reasons. Why would they walk into a Pokeball? It's weird. Now, Amoonguss appears to be based on the same mushroom, the red one with the white spots and the poison and all that kind of shit, and also on Pokeballs. Amoonguss's name may come from Amanita, which is a type of mushroom, but it may also come from humongous. Humongous fungus. 3 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching, sweet friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know these Pokemon weren't that great, but you know, you cannot always get everything you want. Also, my glasses keep falling down. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all a very good week. Try to not fucking pick up a fungus when you think you're picking up a Pokeball, and also just don't. Just don't. Goodbye.
Bah.